Yo, what's happening, people, and welcome back to the Neeks Sports Podcast. The domestic season is done. The European season has done, but also beginning. Champions League is done. Europa League is done. On to the big things now. On to the Euros. And today we have got the panel. Welcome in, guys. How's everyone doing?
Not bad, not bad.
I'm good. I'm all right.
Not too bad.
I guess we got to say congratulations to the European champions in the room. I guess not talking about Man United because they did not win the European trophy this year. That went to Chelsea. And Javern. So congratulations, Javern, predicting Chelsea would win the league, and I guess he got that right.
Oh, wait. So he got that right. But my Pogba claim, you look like harp on about it, even though he's won 2 league trophies, the League Cup and the Europa League. You look keep going on about it. So which one is it?
But this one's the big league. You said it was it Mickey Mouse Trophy?
I said he's going to win the league. And you lot think I was talking about the Premier League. I just said the league, and he won the League Cup and the Europa League. I don't know. What do you want from me?
You're a joker, mate. Absolute joker. But yeah, Chelsea won the Champions League, and we're on to the Euros. By the way, I guess that makes Carl's prediction. We kind of gave him the award because he said that gave him both Manchester clubs being in the final, but I got to strip that back because none of them are
big wrong. Big couldn't be more wrong.
Couldn't be more wrong.
What? Wait. So I don't get like a little listener.
Nah, nothing. You get the runners-up medal that nobody wants.
Listen, you had Timo Werner as your golden boot. That alone deducts you about minus 10.
And the predictions don't stop. Because we're getting straight into another tournament, which means more predictions to come. Because Euros are here. How's everyone feeling? Have everyone got Euro fever?
No.
Well, at least James Milner's not playing. I mean, wasn't that your last rant? James Milner, England. Why is Hodgson playing him? I think it was back in the days.
Me?
No. It was Javern.
Oh, Javern.
Me.
Got a big video in it.
Internationals is dead, man.
No, man.
Give me back club football, man. I just want to hear right now transfer stories. I want to hear this person is off to this camp to sign this.
You will still hear them. You will still hear them while the Euros is playing. You will still hear them.
No, all I'm hearing is France, Mbappe. I don't care about no. Just get back to the season. I'm getting into my friendlies. Going to next season. Let's go. That's what I'm ready for. They just got this big international friendly going on for a whole month.
No, listen. I'm not a big fan of these internationals. Yeah, international games interrupting my season. But when it's time for the tournaments, when it's time for the big trophies to be won, we're here, man. I'm ready for it. Free football live on terrestrial TV back where it's supposed to be. No streaming, HD quality. Yeah, man. This is what I'm talking about. So we'll get into our predictions. We're gonna go through, I guess, who we think's gonna win it. We'll go through dark horses who we think could do well. I guess we'll kind of decide who wins that depending on how dark your horse is and how far the horse gets. Because if I remember rightly, England was your prediction, Neeks, for the World Cup for dark horses.
Dark horses, yeah. And yours was Croatia, wasn't it?
Croatia, yeah.
And your winner was France, was it?
Yeah, winner was France. So I got both. I guess I got both right then.
Who was my winner? Was it France? Was it
Brazil. It
Brazil?
was Brazil.
Oh,
It was
do,
Brazil.
do I always
Yeah.
Oh,
do
bro, you
Brazil?
always this guy always going Brazil, man. This guy was like, it's Neymar's chance to shine. Neymar,
Yeah.
this and Neymar that.
Screaming it.
Screaming it.
Ain't
Screaming
gonna be nothing different when we do the Copa America. Ain't nothing different.
And then yeah, Golden Boot and player of the tournament as well. We'll kind of, I guess, when we go through predictions, we'll kind of go through the teams as we go along. I'm gonna go through all of them, but I guess when we kind of predict, we'll kind of just speak about the chances they have. So I'm actually gonna kick things off. I'm gonna kick things off because Euros are here, and I'm ready to go. So we'll start with, we'll go straight into it. We'll go straight into who we think is gonna be winning the tournament straight in. And before I get into my one, what I will say is I am supporting France for this for these Euros, as per Viva la France and all them thing there. But at the same time, it is coming home, so just be wary of that. It is coming home, and it's actually coming home because
Wait.
Wembley.
Can you clarify what you
Don't
mean
worry,
coming home?
it's not to
Because
clarify.
you told me you're supporting France home, but you live in England. England's home. What do you mean by it's coming home? Who is home?
It is coming home. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. It's been coming home. But this year, Wembley is the home of the semi-finals and the finals and the England group stages and a couple other stages as well. So it's kind of home anyway. So it might as well just come home.
I can tell you, if Gareth Southgate is there, it is not going anywhere.
Why? He got England's furthest place in World Cup since they won it in 66.
So therefore, we're not going anywhere.
Where did he get? Fourth place.
Yeah,
they lost
they
to
ain't got
Belgium,
there since 66.
Yeah, so you know,
Belgium.
I mean, and that had the whole world in it. This is just Europe, so I mean,
easy.
Ain't coming home.
You breeze past them teams in the World Cup. So, all right, we'll see. But right. So, yeah, as I said, just supporting France, expecting big things from France in this tournament. However, my actual prediction to win this tournament is gonna be Belgium.
Ooh,
it's gonna be Belgium.
I didn't see that one coming. I'm
sticking my neck out a little bit. I was gonna go for France. It just felt too easy. Sometimes when it feels too easy, it probably isn't. The same damn way that I knew Man City was not winning this Champions League, as I predicted. Just got it wrong when they went for Bayern Munich. Obviously, they were in the finals 4 years ago, and obviously won the World Cup 2 years ago. Well, 3 years ago now, but yeah, last World Cup. And I just feel like, yeah, it seems like they're the favourites, they're the best team, they're all going to win it. And I feel like people kind of sleeping on Belgium a little bit. Maybe it's because of Martinez still there.
And rightly so.
And the players obviously failed to live up to the expectations. But for me, this is it now for Belgium. This has got to be it now. If they don't win this tournament, like this is their golden generation, and you could say it's maybe coming to the end with the backline still Alderweireld and Vertonghen, and Vermaelen still in the squad. The Denayo probably played, but it's obviously still got the their core of their team like Lukaku, De Bruyne, Hazard, both of them.
Cedric Boyata still there.
No, I don't think he's in the squad. And in a weird way, obviously they've, unlike a lot of other teams, they kept a lot of their squad together mainly because there ain't many on the levels to replace them. But it could work in their favor. The likes of Carrasco and all that still there, still kicking about.
The real Hazard, he's there as well.
Real Hazard's there. And then obviously don't forget the Batshuayis and the Bantekes holding up that front line if needed, for the final stages of the final, wasn't it? Like the Eder in 4 years ago. But yeah, that's me. I like obviously just the group there, Denmark, Finland, and Russia. I think that like they should breeze through that, as they have done pretty much for the qualifier when they played those teams anyway. So we know they've got that against the smaller teams. We know that they can do that. It's just whether they can overcome. Did France knock them at the World Cup?
Yeah, 1-0. Varane, was it, Heather?
Varane, yeah. So it wasn't a mauling. Well, they had kind of chances to to win the game, to at least bring it to extra time or whatever, and you kind of felt like that was their moment. But I was looking at the group and looking at the I kind of went through a little bit of the predictions, how they get through to if they were to get through to the final, and the draw is kind of to them, then maybe a couple of others. So it will just be whether they can see that through. But yeah, I'm gonna go for Belgium as my winners for the Euros. Kyle, I'm coming to you. Where are you looking? Where's your money? Where's your money on for the Euros this year?
To be fair, I was kind of like eyeing up the teams prior, like, you know, to the actual Euro starting, their friendlies and a couple of qualifier, and none of the teams really filled me with confidence. And I'm talking like since the World Cup, like leading up to the World Cup and the actual World Cup. Yeah, France were amazing. Like France were top team, but since the World Cup, I don't think France have been the same. And for me, the proof is in the pudding, in the sense that a man who many years ago was quoted that would never play for his national team again has now been called up, and, you know, let bygones be bygones and call up a man in Karim Benzema. I just feel like it was an act of desperation, because if you look at their other strikers, I mean, Giroud's getting on. I can't even remember the last time he kicked grass. So they can't really rely on Giroud for much longer. He's getting on, and then you got Anthony Martial, Lacazette. Like, none of these strikers fill you with confidence, and Benzema's actually had a good season.
Lacazette unfortunately didn't make the squad.
And now with Martial due to injury, unfortunately.
No. I'm saying those were the other options, isn't it? I'm saying those were the options. So he's looked at it and said, you know what, we can't have those. So, you know, we're actually gonna need Karim Benzema here. So I just feel like it was more of an act of desperation than anything, calling Benzema. And I look at the other teams, like there's a lot of teams there that have a good team on paper, but in theory, in practice, how they play on the pitch as a team, again, they don't. It's like England, paper, they've got, like, you know, a very good team. You got Portugal, on paper, they have a very good team. But for me, I'd look at it and I think most of the teams, they're actually quite dead in the way they approach games and the way they play games. And I personally feel like it's up in the air. It's literally anyone's game. It's hard to call, but I will, like Ramon said, and I said it before, I think Belgium take it. I think Belgium would nab the victory. I think Belgium.
Damn.
That's honestly my pick. That's honestly my pick for the.
That's great. Well, that's like
for
great.
The Euros.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Damn, I thought I was a lone soldier again for Belgium there.
Golly,
The thing is, I'll tell you what.
You guys' predictions got Kyle's camera bugging, man. You're bugging. Belgium. Oh my gosh, really?
The thing is, like I was watching them on the football terrace yesterday, and they were doing their predictions, and it was just like basically, favorites top every group, second favorites second, favorites win every knockout round, and then you get France, Portugal in the final. That's just not how tournament football goes.
No.
Like it's so easy to say, as you said at the beginning, it's so easy to say France. Of course France are going to win. The world champions. And they got to the final last year. I mean, the last tournament, world champions. They've got a star-studded team. You know, they've called back Benzema. People will look at that as a positive rather than on the other side. Some of their players like Kante just won Champions League, etc., etc. All these different factors. You say, yeah, France are definitely going to win it. But that's just not how tournament football goes. Because if it did, then you would know the winner at the beginning of every tournament. Now, of course, what Spain did in 2000, well, from 2008 through 2012, they won all three both tournaments 3 times consecutively, and that was phenomenal. And I think going into, I would say, 2012, they were clear favorites for that Euros. But the 28 Euros, Germany had a fair shot. Spain won it. Then 2010, I think people probably said Spain would be favorites, but it weren't easy. Like they just they just got out of the group because I think they lost their first game to Switzerland. They beat Portugal on penalties in the knockout rounds, and then they won in extra time in the final. Like, it's never as easy as it seems. So I'm pleased that you haven't gone for France, because I just think it's too easy. What, 3 finals in a row? That same team's gonna reach Euro 16, World Cup 18, and Euro 2020 as it is. I think it's
wait. Huh? So what are you saying, Neeks? He's saying what? He got 3 times. It won't work like that. Like with Pep.
What?
Is that what you're saying? Yeah, is what you're saying?
Well, listen, but I'm more saying the fact that no team, Spain are the only team that's been that good for that long, and this is an additional year on. This should have been last year. This is an additional year on. And this team is supposed to be that good for that long. It doesn't happen very often. Of course, it can happen, but it doesn't happen very often. You look at France '98; they won it in '98 when they dragged Ronaldo. Then they won the Euros in 2000, and even when they won the Euros in 2000, great team. But Wiltor scores a 93rd minute equalizer, and then Trezeguet gets the golden goal. Like, it's such thin margins. And then what happened in 2002 World Cup? Got knocked out of the group without scoring a goal. Like, these things just don't go on forever and ever and ever. I'm going for Portugal. And again, even my Portugal one is like, that's a big shout, because that's defending your European Championship. And I don't actually know of a team who's actually done that, defended the Championship. I'm not sure if that's actually happened.
No, I don't think they have in
the Euros.
So golden goals, is that when whoever scores the next goal
first
wins?
Yeah, next goal wins.
Damn, I ain't seen that.
And then there was silver goal as well, wasn't there?
Silver goal was in Euro 2004. Yeah, where if you lead before extra time.
Wait, Neeks, you said Spain defended their championship.
Oh yeah, of course. You're right. Of course, 2008, 2012.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So again, Spain is the anomaly. Spain's the only one in that period who's actually done it. So either France or Portugal would have to replicate what that great Spain side did. And I wouldn't say that either of these two sides, as star-studded as they are in names, they're not as good as that as that Spain side. They're not as good. So to ask them to do that, I think is a big ask. But I'm gonna go for Portugal, knowing that I'm probably gonna be wrong.
But their competition though.
No, but it doesn't matter. It's 90-minute game. You penalty shootout, you're out. Like, it's literally, this is a knockout tournament. It's just what it is. It's a knockout tournament. There's no second leg. There's no, obviously there's a group stage. And I guess the fortunate thing for these big teams is that they've got this 3rd place qualifier thing, where, like, you look at the group of death, for example, all 3 big teams are probably going to go through if they beat Hungary. You get 3 points and you're pretty much going to be guaranteed at least 3rd place.
The thing is, it all depends on, because there's 4 out of the 6 teams go through.
Yeah, 3 points should be enough.
It all depends on, everyone else not getting that, not
getting a win.
Points,
Yeah. So I'd expect, but it makes it easier for those big teams to actually make it through. Those shocks are, Portugal, when they won it, remember, they didn't win a game
they come third.
They came third. They did not win a game inside 90 minutes until the semi-final. They drew. I think they drew all 3 group games. Then they won extra time, penalties, and then they beat Wales in the semi-final inside 90 minutes, and they won the final in extra time. So it caters towards the bigger side actually making it to the knockout rounds. But then after that, it's a free for all. No one would expect Portugal to win 2016. They won the Euro 2016. Then they won the Nations League 2000 and 19, I believe it was. I think it
Mm.
was 2019. I'm going to go for Portugal. I think they've got a brilliant side or brilliant individual players anyway, from back to front. Very solid team in terms of the way that they play.
Where do you think they're finishing in this group?
Second. I think second. I think they're finishing second in the group.
So potential. You're saying a potential clash of England.
Yes, but hopefully Croatia.
And or Croatia. Yeah, potential.
Hopefully
I guess it's obviously, when you look at the draw, it's all dependent on who finishes where, isn't it? But whoever tops this group basically is likely to go on to Belgium's side of the draw, and the others will probably end up with everyone else: Spain, England if they make it. Side which you probably say is a tougher one, Netherlands, because you expect the Netherlands to win their group. So it will come to that side of the draw. Looks like the hardest side, whoever finishes second and third in this group. So you kind of maybe expect, if it all goes to plan, of course, that the team that finishes first probably gets a good path to the semi-finals at least. And yeah, that whoever finishes second is gonna have to do it the hard way. But someone's got to make it through that side anyway. You know what I mean? Someone's got to make it through that side. So potentially, I see Portugal. I see them finishing third in this group. If I'm honest. I see them finishing third. You know, it may not be the worst thing anyway. But then I think they potentially play Netherlands if they win their group. But yeah, so yeah, as you said, if it was a straight knockout, you think the group of death is really a group of death. But when you think 3 teams go through, you might be alright, unless Hungary did a mad thing, isn't it?
If Hungary take points of one of these sides, then it gets really techie.
Yeah,
it gets really techie at that point.
All right, Javern, where are you placing your eggs for this tournament?
Either. You know what? Everyone is just making this so much harder than it needs to be. Everyone's like, it's the easy option. It's the easy option. It's not it's the easy option. It's just you're predicting that they're gonna win. From the time you start saying, oh, you know what, because it's too easy to pick France, I'm gonna just pick Portugal or Belgium. Like now we're just throwing it away because you're just picking it because it's an easy option when that's not what you really think.
No. I don't know. I truly believe Portugal are going to win this. The only thing against me is the history in terms of teams don't usually defend it. But player for player, like I think this Portugal side matches up to this Spain side. I'm sorry, to the France side.
But that's the thing. The Belgian squad at one point did that. Yeah. And what have they got to show for it? Nothing.
I played playoff in the World Cup. Oh, decent. It's decent.
Awful team, man.
The thing is
that's what makes the Belgium thing doesn't make sense. They've, if we use you guys' words, they've bottled it.
Well, I wouldn't even say they bottled it because they lost to France, who were the eventual winners. But I think they've peaked. I don't think this team is anywhere near as good as the last couple of tournaments. I can't see them winning it. If they get to the semi-final, I think they've done well. Hazard is finished.
Well, this is the thing, I guess maybe I'm getting a little bit more for the draw rather than I am for the actual who's the best team in the tournament. Because sometimes, as we've seen before in this World Cup, England making the semi-finals of the World Cup was because they got the favourite side of the draw. It wasn't because they're the 4th best team in the tournament. That is partly how it can go sometimes, isn't it? Like obviously you do have to kind of play the best, but you got to play smart. You got to play smart. And if Belgium, as I said, if Belgium do finish the group, I see the path to the semi-finals is quite easy. And then in the semi-finals, it's now about who can hold their nerve for 2 games, really. Like if all the big teams make the semi-finals, it's all about who can hold their nerve. And I think Belgium against France or Belgium against Portugal, it's not going to be. It's not. I don't see France winning 3-4-0. Do you know? What I mean?
No way. 1-0 at best. Like when you look at the way that both France and Portugal play, They're very pragmatic.
Yeah.
They're 1-0 kind of team.
It seems like all of the coaches we got at the moment are that kind of way. They're
I
pragmatic,
wouldn't say,
trying to get.
well, yeah, other than probably Martinez. I think
Yeah.
Martinez is very free flowing.
But he is against the smaller teams, but against the bigger teams, he changes it a bit, and because he knows he can't do the same thing. And you got Roberto Martinez as well. His Italy team barely conceded goal. Mancini. He's Italy's had barely conceded goal. Like they're so solid at the back, and they'll probably do okay as we go along. But all right.
Pragmatic football coming back. Mourinho's back.
Wow.
This is why Mourinho should be managing international.
Yeah, he should. Saying that for time, man. He should, man. He really should. He should be England manager, for goodness sake.
Trust. Eke out those 1-0.
I'll probably take that. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? It's coming home. It's coming home.
If Mourinho's managing England, man, you'll be the biggest England fan, innit?
It was coming home.
You paint your face, St. George's flag.
It's coming home. If Mourinho was manager, it's coming home. That's all I can. There's nothing more to say about it. It's coming home.
So he's your prediction.
You going France?
Nah, man. Since everyone's out here doing a thing, I'm feeling it. England's coming home. It's coming home.
Fair enough.
Dark horses are going to win. And it's possible. It's possible. I say it every time. And I get disappointed every time. But this year, it's coming. It's coming.
Okay. So no one's getting France. Everyone's bottling it.
Paper straws are the worst thing. Worst invention ever.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And that makes
by the time you get about halfway through, you drink
your straw's gone. Yeah? Can't get
Ridiculous.
nothing. Nothing's coming through the straws. Got a slushy as well behind mixed with some copper barrel.
Saving the environment, innit? Saving the environment. So we're good.
Can we just confirm quickly? Is Benzema out of the Euros?
Nah. I mean not yet, but he doesn't look happy. Holding his leg. They're strapped up his leg. Ice on it. But listen, maybe that's the best thing for them. Too much pressure. Benzema trying to do his best to win it. Slap OG up there to do what he does best. Right. Dark horses. Again, because of what we just said in terms of the group stage, it's harder to get a dark horse at the moment in these kind of Euros to get through to at least the semi-finals. And you kind of maybe have to depends what you're going for. If you're going for a dark horse to win it, you could go for the team that's maybe just outside of the sort of major, maybe sort of top 4 teams as a dark horse. And if you're going for a team in the semi-finals, you're probably going for someone a bit less. I'm gonna go for my dark horse being Turkey. Again, I feel like their group. I feel like they could win that group. I genuinely feel like they could win that group. It's not beyond them to do it. The team are good as a unit. They work well together. They got a couple of good players that are in form. It's just that first game is key. That first game is key. Friday, Italy versus Turkey, first game of the Euros. Listen, if Turkey can get something in that game, I can see them topping the group, and I can see them getting again a slightly easier path through. I don't know. I'll probably say that I can't see them getting past the semi-final. But a semi-final will be a good tournament for them.
It'd be a great tournament.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it would be great. It would be great. So that's probably where I'm going to place my eggs in there.
I was thinking Turkey. And yes, it's a good shout.
You're saying Turkey for dark horses or?
Yeah, Turkey, my dark horses. Turkey, my dark horses.
But I think I'm gonna go with France as my dark horse. No. In all honesty, I'm gonna go.
France is your dark. France is your dark horse. They have to win the Euros and the World Cup back to back. The next World Cup.
I'm gonna go England. Now it depends. I think I can class them as dark horse. Yeah, we know they've got talented players, but especially over here anyway. People are writing them off already. Obviously, don't rate Gareth Southgate.
Predicted them to win it. So.
Oh well, true. Yeah, you're muted.
Sorry, yeah, they're my dark horses. Sorry.
Oh, England are your dark horses.
No, they're my dark horses, but they're gonna win it.
Are you predicting France to win it and England your dark horses?
No, I'm predicting England as
England
my
to win
dark
it
horses,
and then
they're
to win
the
it.
dark horses.
They're gonna win it and then dark horses.
All right.
They're dark horses because Gareth Southgate is crap. So
that's what I'm saying. Everyone thinks they ain't got a chance because of Gareth Southgate. I think the draw will be everything. Them coming second, it will be the best thing for them because obviously if they top the group, they're gonna play second place in the group of death.
Yeah,
which means they could be out in the last 16. But I do think they might finish second behind Croatia. I think that's a very good possibility, strong possibility. And I think they can get to another semi-final. I really do. And of course, you know, he get in the semi-final, we have to see what happens after that. But I'm going England for my dark horse.
If it's the situation where it was like in the World Cup, where obviously it's going to be slightly different because
they're playing
in the World Cup,
first.
England played. Yeah, they're playing Croatia first. But if Croatia and England are both on the same point, say they're on 4 points going into their last game, obviously England. I'm saying England Croatia's a draw. England beat Scotland. England play Czech. Croatia play Scotland.
Yeah.
Does Southgate play a weaker team?
Have to rest up. You have to rest up and make sure your best players are ready for the last 16. Like,
but the problem is that their weaker team probably beats Czech Republic.
I was going to say that. They're probably beat Czech Republic anyway. Their best bet to finish in second is to lose to Croatia in the first game, beat Scotland and Czech Republic, and finish second. But you obviously don't plan to lose any game. And you want to keep as much momentum going because you might lose to Croatia, and before you know it, you've drawn to Scotland and Czech Republic, and you're out of the tournament. like you don't want that.
Yeah.
And you know, if you win, you're free out of 3, and then you play Germany or Portugal in the next round. You have to just back yourself. Yeah. You know, I think they can beat Germany. Portugal, I don't. France, I don't. But I think they can beat Germany. But yeah, their best bet is actually to finish second and get to the semis. So yeah, England's my dark horses.
England dark horses. All right. Again, yeah. Carl, were you getting for dark horses?
Easy to come second, man. Like
well, coming third and done with it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so funny. You can aim to finish second, and end up finishing third, and then end up out of the whole thing.
Does it go goal difference first? Is goal difference
yes, I believe it's goal difference first. Yeah.
Well, how far can we take this whole, I don't know, what do you want to call it, this dark horses thing? Because originally I had a team in my head for dark horses, but one of you lot have picked them as winners. So I mean, originally I had thought it was Portugal, but
I don't think Portugal.
Can we really put Portugal as the dark horse?
No, you can't. I think Portugal like second favourites.
Are they?
They must be. Oh, I don't know. They should be.
I don't think they are. I think
the defending champions and they're the Nations League winners. They should be second favourites.
We'll have a look, but I'm pretty sure it's France, Belgium. I'm pretty sure it's France.
Yeah, because Belgium's number 1 in the world, aren't they?
Yeah, they're ranked number 1.
Damn, Portugal are well out of it.
Yeah.
So they're my dark horse.
So you got England, France. No, okay, England's out of it because it's in England, like the betting.
Yeah.
But France, Belgium, Spain, Italy, Germany, Portugal. Portugal's behind all those teams.
Yeah. And rightly so. They're terrible. So the Portugal are my dark horse.
How are they terrible?
But I think the group has made it like that as well.
True,
because it's all go down to how people view them going through.
True.
So yeah, it sort of fell, and I guess they're the least favourites to go through in that group. After Hungary,
they're better than Germany. They are better than Germany. I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean.
Anyway, I agree.
Portugal
are the worst team in the tournament, and when Ronaldo leads them to glory, he'll be forever known as the greatest of all time. So fair enough. Leading the minnows Portugal to Euro glory again.
So they're my little underdogs. But if I couldn't pick them and you lot don't agree that they're an underdog, a little dark horse, then I would have picked England. But yeah, I'm going with Portugal.
No, you can pick them. Obviously, but it all depends on what happens and when we get to the end of the World Cup. Like if Portugal get to the semi-final and Turkey get to the final, then you lose, isn't it? But if Portugal win the thing, then you win dark horse, isn't it? So yeah, we'll put it down. And again with the bookies, so that as it is with the bookies, they are well done. So I guess Neeks, put your money where your mouth is, isn't it? Put your bets in Portugal. For the sweepstake.
Yeah,
we did the same thing last time, the last Euros, and I got third place playoff, and I got Portugal.
Oh, is it?
yeah, I got Portugal.
But wait, who did you get this time?
Third place again.
In what group?
In the group of death.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
All right, you're calm then. You got a good team.
No, the team that plays the winners.
Oh, the team that plays the winners.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So and it's so it's not gonna be good if it's whoever it's gonna be. Well, you never know, innit? You never know.
I'm gonna be back in Spain because that
You've got a conflict of interest there.
I know. I got the winners of that group.
Portugal, Spain, Belgium. What's going on here?
Basically, I've just put all my eggs in different. I'll spread my eggs in it. I got England as my dark horse, Portugal as the winners, Spain where my money is, yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Whilst we're on there, Kyle's our resident La Liga Spain expert. Not back in Spain for a win or for a dark horse
for the first time ever. He's always back in Spain, but
wait, I'm supporting them in every match that they're playing. I'm gonna be rooting hard.
But usually you have more faith in them, innit? You think, they can do something.
Yeah, they're not doing nothing. They're not doing nothing.
Riddled with COVID for that squad. Not playing.
They bounce back from that, man. They bounce back from that.
No. I hope so. Sweden have got two men with COVID as well, so they're playing each other on the first game. So we'll see how many man can be filled in that game, innit? But Spain have got six man warming up, just in case a few more man drop out with COVID. But I guess
Spain are playing now. They're winning 2-0, aren't they?
Yeah, they're under 21s. They couldn't play for the squad because they were in quarantine.
But wait, in the under 21s, who's in the under 21 final? That's Portugal, isn't it?
Well, the one that won already.
Oh, who won that?
Germany. Germany won it.
Oh, that done, yeah?
Yeah, finished last week. Yeah, Germany won it. Germany beat Portugal in the final, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is it those same under 21s who are playing this thing?
Yeah. Spain under 21s are playing this game. Yeah, the same ones. But yeah, okay. So they're the teams. We kind of run through most of the groups doing that as well. Golden boot. I'll start again with my golden boot. And the reason why Belgium's going to win this damn tournament is because of the CAC. It's because of the CAC. I'm backing Lukaku to score all the goals in the group stage.
I want whatever you're smoking, man.
Listen, I think Denmark, Finland, Russia. Is that Russia? Russia. 5 goals. Come on, Cax. 5 goals. I mean, you don't need much to win a golden boot. Griezmann got what? 6? Griezmann got 6, I think. And he got like 4 penalties. So I'm backing Lukaku, saying that Giroud's just scored for France. France are winning 2-0 in their friendly. Maybe Giroud is their man after all.
Of course he is.
Well, yeah, not for the golden boot. Let's be.
Nah, yeah, but as a main man. But yeah, I'm going for Lukaku, golden boot, and Belgium to win it. So yeah, up to Belgium this time. Up to Belgium. Yeah, as I said, 5 goal. If you can get it, well, maybe that's a bit optimistic, but 1 or 2 in the other rounds, and that should be it. I don't know who their penalty taker would be. Maybe
Probably Lukaku.
Probably, no, De Bruyne.
De Bruyne, Hazard.
Didn't De Bruyne miss a penalty recently?
Yeah, he has done. He has done, but his face is still a bit messed up. I don't think he's going to play the first game, De Bruyne. But yeah, I'm going for Lukaku as my Golden Boot winner. Carl, who are you going for?
Honestly, I can't look past it. I cannot look past it. I'm going for the same man. Going for the same man that won Golden Boot in the World Cup, and there's that man, Big Harry Kane. The man loves a goal, and I looked at it, and I watched the two games. I watched the two games that England have played so far, and if I've watched Calvert-Lewin up top, and I've watched a number of players that played around. Marcus Rashford obviously played the second game. He didn't play in the first, started the second game, and in front of goal, in terms of their clinicalness and being able to finish, they ain't got a clue unless Kane is playing. Kane is their main outlet. If England are to be successful, and if England are to go anywhere, do anything, they're going to need Harry Kane to turn up big time. And I think that he will. I think he will turn up. I think with the quality of players that he has around him and the options that he has, so you got Sancho, you got Rashford, Grealish, Foden, Mount, whatever he decides to play, whatever formation he goes with, as long as Harry Kane is the main focal point, he's got Golden Boot, honestly.
As long as you don't drop back and play deep line playmaker like he does for Spurs.
No, that was under Jose.
Maybe he can notch one or two from the spot.
I guess for me it depends on if they finish first. If they finish first, it could be. You could only have 4 games.
Listen, if they finish first, they box out whoever they get in that group of death. Box them out, man. Box them out. There's a reason why they didn't. There's a reason why that team that they got didn't finish top. Not good enough.
The thing is with England, right? I know they got the goals in the World Cup group stage, but sometimes it's just so bloody boring, man. And I just think I just sometimes and they got a couple of decent games to get goals in, but I watch them and you think, man, you put me to sleep. You nick this game 1-0, you put me to sleep, but it's England, so it's all good.
Listen, let's be honest. For the Euros, you just gotta watch every game in the pub and you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it's true.
At least it'll keep you awake anyway.
Yeah. All right, Javan, are you backing for Golden Boot?
I'm gonna say I can't. We've been.
Your boy Baps.
It'll be.
Just remember, you got England as your winners and England as your dark horses. Yeah.
I feel like it would be either Kane or Lukaku.
Lewandowski's in the tournament.
Who?
Robert Lewandowski.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It'll definitely be between Kane or Lukaku. Lewandowski ain't going nowhere.
You're not considering Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay.
No, Portugal don't score bare goals, man.
Timo Werner?
God, yeah. If there was a chance for if there was an award for the most key plays, then yeah, maybe. Or who runs the most?
Kylian Mbappe? Anyone? Mbappe?
France also as well don't score a lot of goals either, so I can't. It's hard to predict these things, man. So I'm just gonna go. Germany, Belgium do play very attacking. I think it might be Lukaku. You know, I think I might have to give it to Lukaku.
Big cacks. Come on, the big cacks.
But very Kane very close behind, man. But obviously, because England have to finish second, Kane can't score bare goals, so it has to be Kane. It has to be Lukaku.
All right. Neeks,
yeah, Lukaku. I think.
Back in Lukaku as well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but he always scores goals for Belgium anyway. That's the first thing. And playing Denmark, Finland, and Russia. even if they don't even get past the last 16, I think he'll still be top goal scorer. I expect him to bang a hat trick in one of those games. He probably get one and one in another. So I think he end the group with about 5 goals. Bag another one if he can, 6. That should be enough to win the golden bit. So
you're saying small game Romelu, yeah?
Listen, he flies in those small games, you know. He's gonna
game
stop
Romelu
that to the end of his gonna peak early, not in time for the big boys, but get the golden boot, keep it moving.
Yep.
Get that big transfer to Chelsea in the summer.
I think for some reason Griezmann does score in these tournaments, and he does love some goals. So I think he might be up there, depending on. And usually, as I said, he'll be the penalty taker as well, probably. All right, and this is the hard one now. The best player of the tournament, because it's just who turns up, isn't it? Who's going to turn up and lead? Well, you don't even have to lead your team to glory. Obviously, Modric won the best player in the World Cup, getting Croatia to the final.
Who won the player of the Euros? Was it Griezmann?
Griezmann, yeah. I guess, and he was top goal scorer as well. So got away with it there. Neeks, who are you gonna go for?
I am going Ruben Diaz.
Are you serious?
I'm going Ruben Diaz.
No, you're joking, right?
Wait,
what's going on here? I'm baffed.
Giroud.
Wait, what?
What, 3-0?
3-0, Giroud at the double.
Who they playing?
Bulgaria.
What am I hearing here? You say player of the tournament, Ruben Diaz. Sorry, I'm just making sure my headphones weren't bugging.
Yes, Ruben Diaz.
Portugal was going to just close up all the way to the final.
All the way to the final. Pure 1-1. No, I mean, I think he probably will. Or no, seriously, I think he probably should get it. But they very, very rarely give it to a defender. Even the year that Cannavaro won the Ballon d'Or in 2006, the player of the tournament was Zidane. So it generally does go to a creative or attacking player. So that was a bit more tongue in cheek. I think he's going to have a very good tournament.
Should have gone to Buffon, if I'm honest with you.
Well, the Ballon d'Or?
No, the player of the tournament.
Yeah, he was brilliant. It was his penalty save against Romania that even got them through the group. I back Portugal to win it. So I'm going to back. No, Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm going Cristiano Ronaldo. I think he can get about 4 goals in the tournament, win the tournament. That surely should be enough. Surely to get player of the tournament.
Boy. Potentially.
Ronaldo.
Okay. Javan, are you back in?
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Yep, sorry. I can't even think who I'm going to back for the player of the tournament because, like Neeks just said, it's just who decides to turn up. Like, for all you know, Giroud can end up getting player of the tournament. You just don't know. Like, sorry to interrupt, but I was looking back at the older top goal scorers. In 2012, Mandzukic, Gomez, Balotelli, Ronaldo, Zagoev, and Torres joint top goal scorer, 3 goals each.
3 goals.
Yeah, that was a myth. I remember that.
And that was what Spain won it, and they didn't even play a striker because it was Fabregas playing false 9 that year. Yeah,
Iniesta player of the tournament. Yeah, sorry, go on, Joe.
You just don't know who's going to be player of the tournament. I can't decide. Golly.
Jack Grealish.
I was going to say that because when England win it, it's going to be because of Jack Grealish. So, it's going to have to be Jack Grealish, I guess. I can't because for all I know, he might not even play. Like, Gareth Southgate might not even pick him. Might start all 10 defenders. I don't know. The whole right back, right wing back, right winger. No one on the left. I don't know. I don't know. Will Luke Shaw even stay fit? Like, I don't know. I can't really pick. I'm just going to be an English bias here. So, yeah, like Jack Grealish will probably bring it home for England.
Just say someone who you know is going to start. Harry Kane, man. Score all their goals.
Yeah, but like you guys say, that's too easy. It's too easy. No,
Alright.
he'll probably, because the way how everyone goes on about Jack Grealish, so if he does have a good tournament, he definitely will be talked about a lot. Probably his price will probably go up from Aston Villa this season as well when he bags them something. So yeah, get Jack Grealish. But that's once again if the dumb manager starts him.
Okay, Carl, who you backing?
In the team
The
that
World
are
Cup?
predicted to win the Euros in the Belgium team, but it's not
whoever
going to
you
come
want.
from what you lot said in top goal scorer. I think he's going to turn up and he's going to.
Is it me or is it?
Oh, yeah, you're lagging. Say that again.
Gonna put on an absolute.
Big
Golly,
lag,
that
big
internet's a
lag,
dark
big
horse.
lag.
I'll tell you that.
We didn't catch a word you said,
we didn't.
Carl.
What you just
All
said?
we know, you said it's not going to be Romelu Lukaku.
Oh, I know. I said, yeah, not going to be Romelu Lukaku, but it's going to be Kevin De Bruyne. He's going to turn up, put on a masterclass, and he's going to run the thing, Zidane style.
Man says Zidane style.
No, bro. He
Zidane
couldn't even turn up in a Champions League final.
Okay. Big statement. Big statement.
You mean
Now-
PFA Fast of the Year award?
Back to back.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Back to back.
That's what
Back to
the
back.
F stands for in PFA. Fast Players Fast Award.
Right. I think the problem is I can go with Belgium because the chances are if Belgium win it, the chances are the best player usually comes from the team that wins it, or at least gets to the final. Or if Belgium don't win it, I could spread the eggs. You know what I'm saying? Just in case I catch somewhere else.
Yeah, boy, here we go.
Kylian Mbappe, player of the tournament. You heard it first.
So basically, I put my eggs in one basket, and everyone else got their eggs everywhere.
Spread out. Spread them out. Just in case. I've gone Belgium and I've gone Romelu. I can't now back another one. I've got to go. Spread the eggs a bit. Just in case France turn up and do the madness, I back something in it. So Kylian Mbappe, player of the tournament, turn up and win it for France, hopefully. Yeah, I'm backing Mbappe, player of the tournament. Do they have a young player? I think they had a young player. Renato Sanchez, I think, won it last time.
Yeah.
But I think that was the first time they did it. I don't think they did it before that.
Okay.
So shall we put a young player in?
Yeah. What age is young? What's the?
I don't know. I guess it's
supposed
like
to be a thing, wasn't he?
23 and under, I think. Oh man, I'm just gonna go and say Phil Foden. Why not? Why not? Phil Foden, young player of the year, PFA young player of the year, should I say? I want to back him to be the young player of the tournament in the World Cup. Did you say Javan? Did you say Mason Mount?
If we're out here throwing out stuff like that, then it has to be Mason Mount because the guy is just that guy, man.
Okay.
Shown up, everyone hyping up Phil Foden, this and that. Oh, Philip, where was he against Mason Mount come up with the assist in the Champions League? Oh, come on, man. Where was Philip Foden then? So I think it will be Mount.
Okay.
If it's an English player, it would be Mount and not Philip. But a young player, I think this is the first time I'm going to put one of my egg outside of the basket. It will be Mbappe.
How old is does he
Well,
qualify?
he doesn't even qualify. How old is he? Isn't he like
you have to be 20.
21?
You have to be 22. Yeah, he's 22.
You have to
so
be
he
22. You have to be 22 at the start of the tournament. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
So
I
That's,
thought-
that's fine. That's fine. He does
He
qualify.
makes
He does
it.
make it.
Yeah, he makes it. Yeah, he's 22. So he makes it.
Who's player last year? Was it him?
No.
Renato Sanchez.
He wasn't around.
No, he wasn't around.
2016.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought we were talking about.
He broke into it
Okay.
just after that.
Okay.
He won the World Cup Young Player Tournament, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so he won World Cup. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant that's what I meant. As in, who won it in the World Cup?
Okay.
Yeah, Mbappe.
Oh yeah, because it was Modric that won though. Okay.
Okay. Neeks, where you going?
I am going on the same train of thought of Javern in terms of Champions League winning player, but this is the one who actually scored the goal as opposed to playing the basic pass that my granny could have played on with a walking stick. And I'm going to give it to Kai Havertz. I think.
You know what's so funny? You said a basic pass that anyone else could. Did Phil Foden make that pass? Didn't
pick Phil Foden. I said my
No, but
granny.
I'm just saying it.
My granny's better. My granny's better than Phil Foden.
But I'm just saying.
My granny's better than Phil Foden.
He didn't. Phil Foden didn't have the runner. No one was running past him. No one.
Anyone else on that pitch played that pass?
My granny's better than Phil Foden,
So
so it doesn't matter.
therefore, not anyone could do it. If anyone could do it, then it would have been done. But it wasn't done.
It's been done. It's been done. Anyway, no.
Okay, but in that game it was. So I'm just saying. But
I
Kai
know,
Havertz not bad.
I'm gonna give it to Kai Havertz. I think obviously Germany do have threats in terms of goals.
The eggs really are everywhere. This is the first. This is the.
Spread them. You gotta spread them. You gotta spread them.
This is the first I've heard about Germany for this whole.
To be honest, I was foolish to pick Ronaldo as top goal scorer. I should have gone Mbappe as well, but it is what it is. Germany. No, but in all honesty, though, if Germany are to do anything, like let's be honest, Werner ain't scoring no goals. So we can put that to one side. Muller, obviously, he's been called back into the team. But hopefully, he starts. For Germany's sake. They can get goals from Gnabry. Leroy Sané if he plays, but I think
Havertz turns 22 on Friday.
Okay, well,
so
I think him playing, if he plays in that false nine position, I think he can be a massive goal threat, and even not just a goal threat in terms of goals itself, but assists, etc. I think he can have a good tournament, and if Germany can get, again, I know it's usually have to probably get to a final. Because there's going to be some good young players in the final. If Portugal get there, then a João Felix might have a great tournament, etc., etc. But I do think Germany, if they are going to do well, I think Kai Havertz can be a major part to that. And I'm sure he's going to be on a high from his easy tapping goal against Man City in the Champions League that even I could have scored.
against Brazil's number 2 goalkeeper,
Yeah, exactly. Number 2. It's a reserve game, Does Diaz even start for Portugal? What a terrible team you lot played in that final.
Absolute jokers.
Wait, who are you going for? What are we doing? Young player. Yeah,
young player.
I'm sat here and I've been thinking about it. And you know what? It's actually very hard to pick. And I tell you why it's hard to pick because, again, like I said, none of these teams actually fill me with any confidence. And the one player that I would pick, who I think could bring some consistency, a high level performance, is Phil Foden. But then I worry about him once he gets past the knockout. Because, like you said, if England top the group, and they land a France or a Germany or Portugal, it could be curtains for them, and then don't win it. And on top of that, I don't even know who's going to be the first choice.
I know, yeah.
Whether it's Foden, whether it's Grealish, or whether it's just Rashford on the left, Sancho on the right, and it's neither Grealish or Foden. So I think just for the fact that I don't know who's going where and who's going to be playing. And I can't pick an England young player. Like I know Javon was talking about Mason Mount, but again, I don't even know if Mount's going to be playing. Like I don't know who.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Nah,
But I think
Mount
is a star.
Mount
Out
will
of
play.
all of them, I think Mount is definite. Like that guy, they don't rest him.
Because Mount will play the advanced midfielder over everyone else, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah, but yeah.
And I think you're right, Kyle. You were saying the other day, but I think Grealish has to start over Foden. Like Foden, and I don't think you can start both of them.
No,
but I feel like but I feel like you need to have someone running it behind. You need some pace.
Yeah.
You need something. And I know Rashford's not on great form. Sterling's not on great form. You know, you could play Sancho, of course. He's not as quick and explosive as those two. But I just feel like you have to have one of those pacey players to running behind. So yeah, I think Foden might be on the bench at the start of the tournament.
I think he'll rotate anyway. I think whoever doesn't play the first one, play the second one. Especially with Scotland and Czech Republic, I think.
Yeah.
With that being said, man, I was going through the Italy team, the Spain team, Germany team. So you know what? It's very, very difficult. It's actually so hard to pick. But I tell you what. How old is Timo Werner?
Too old and too crap. I think he's 24.
I have no idea how old he is. I have no idea.
I think he's 24. 25 actually. Yeah, even worse than I thought.
Okay.
Old man. Man.
Even worse than I thought. I'm dying.
Man, even a man like Saka could do a job, but again, he ain't going to be playing as well. Like, I don't know if the young players have got this, man.
Ferran Torres.
Someone's got to win it.
That's exactly what I was just about to say, Neeks. It's got to be Ferran Torres. It has to be. It's got to be Ferran Torres. I ain't spoke a word about Spain all day. That's my team. There's my young player. Yeah, Ferran Torres. Yeah, there you go.
Torres.
Because there's Ferran Torres, there's João Felix. I mean, there's Sancho. Sancho could have a good tournament. Pedri.
Yeah, I'm going Ferran Torres. He's going to get a hat-trick in his opening. He's going to get a hat-trick in his opening game. Everyone's going to be gassed on him. Oh, Torres.
All right, we'll see, innit? We'll see if he can live up to the expectations.
I hope so, man.
Okay, cool. Right, Joanne, you gonna head off as we're dissecting from the Euros to head over to Monaco.
Just before you guys had, obviously on that note with Chris Hamilton and that, I don't know what's going on. I just wanted to say, Max blows out his tires. This is a chance for Hamilton to go and get some points. He didn't even have to go for the overtake. He just could have played it safe and get the points because Max is out. So it don't even matter if you finish third, fourth. You're still getting a good amount of points to get away from him. And he goes and presses a magic button and blows the car right off the track. What is that? And I know you guys are going to be so happy. Yeah. Uncle Ruckus are ready to go and lay into him. You're ready. You want to see the black man go through you. You want to support the man there that are whipping people's back. But
Javon, the last stream we had, you wanted to know the definition. Say it as it is. You want to know what the meaning of the definition of a bottle job is. There you have it, Lewis Hamilton. Bottle job.
And you know what's so funny? You know what's so funny about all this noise you're making? When what's his name? Vettel was at Ferrari, and you're like, yeah, Vettel, and he was doing the most. I never heard not a single peep. No, he's bottle job. Oh, it's all Ferrari got it wrong. This and that. But
I called it exactly how it was. He was trash.
No. You lot never said not a thing.
What?
Not a single thing until the final season. until his final season when they stripped up his contract, everyone was like, you know what, Vettel's done. He's bad. He's rich. Everyone wants to. That's when everyone started getting onto Vettel. No one got onto Vettel before. Hamilton makes the second mistake of his whole career. Let's see, he's probably made about 3 mistakes in his whole life, and everyone's yes. Told you the guy's trash. Everyone's ready to go up in arms, but no one wanted to say a peep about Vettel.
I hope you're not talking about the podium place, Sebastian Vettel. You know,
see what I mean?
Talking about him.
This is exactly what I mean.
Aston Martin's first ever podium in Formula One, going down in history. Going down in history. Sebastian Vettel.
This is exactly what I mean about. This is exactly what I mean about you and Carl and the rest of the world. It's like Lewis Hamilton. They're literally on him. For what? The man is just good at what he does, and everyone's on him. But
they're not good enough. Can't keep the car on the track, mate.
And how many races has gone by, Carl? And how much times has he gone off the track?
One too many.
That's the second time this season, mate. That's the second time this season. The other time he went straight into the barrier, had to reverse the car up. Guy caught life because there was a safety car.
I just love how the hate is real. He does one thing and you guys blow it up. And then, like I said, Vettel, when he was underperforming at Ferrari, when they were even almost won it halfway through, Mercedes were nowhere to be seen. Not a single thing was said when he lost it. I never hear this rage and this madness from you guys for others. But Lewis Hamilton, as soon as he does the wrong thing, all the time. So I just wanted to leave it there. Yes, he made a mistake. It is what it is. We move to the next race. I still think Red Bull are going to win this championship. I'm hoping that they don't, but it's just more and more looking like that. I just feel like everyone's gone on a year too much. Hamilton has gone on, not even just Hamilton. Toto Wolff there was talks about his contract before and he's going to go. And ever since all of this bust up, they can't get their strategy right. Pit stops are crap. Like it's just been a disaster so far this season. And if Hamilton wins it at the end of this, through all of this, then he definitely retires as a GOAT because he would have to go through 2 sabotages in his whole career. Two sabotages he had to go through, and a clearly not in order team all of a sudden this season, because before we were praising them doing 1-2 pit stops, now they're getting tires wrong. Like, come on. Listen, like they were doing both Hamilton Bottas double stack in 2 seconds, and now we can't even get the right tire on, not coming out. Like, come on, man. It's just it's crazy. It's crazy. So if Red Bull, I wouldn't be surprised if Red Bull go win it this season. I wouldn't be surprised because, boy, I don't know. Not even Hamilton, Mercedes need to get that together, and Hamilton just needs to just relax and go through and not do madness, because don't trust the car and don't trust Mercedes this season, man. Don't. But yeah, that's my sense on that. I'll leave you guys to talk about. I'll leave you guys to hate. And Neeks, good luck.
All right, safe.
See you guys.
So yeah, rant over, I guess. Well, listen, we're there. We're there. We're in Monaco. Not Monaco, Baku. And yeah, Hamilton bottled it. That's the reality of it. That's the reality. Hamilton bottled it. And I hope when this video goes out, you just put the headline that says Hamilton bottled it. F1 review. Thank you. Neeks, birthday weekend, big 30, ton up. Hamilton, what's his name? Max Verstappen blows out the race. Standing restart. 3 laps to go. Second place. Head to head with Sergio Perez. Yet to win a Grand Prix. Is that his first? Was that his first win?
He's got one already.
Second win. Yeah, won one last year. First win this season. And jumping for joy, yeah?
Listen, when Verstappen, because at the moment when Verstappen went out, I wasn't actually focusing 100%. It was just there. And I just see a little madness going on. I just whoa! I said, Verstappen, I thought we caught life. We caught absolute life. Obviously, a lot of things on my head. I'm like, I got my fantasy team. You know, I didn't have Perez as turbo. Now he's gonna win it. I'm thinking he's gonna end on a safety car. Like, but I'm like, but Hamilton's about to get all these points and take the lead. Doesn't really deserve to take the lead, but it is what it is. This is just F1, and you know, F1 is not over till you actually cross that finish line, because anything can happen between the start of your final lap and the checkered flag. Literally anything can happen. Of course, it was about 3 or 4 laps to go when that happened, and I just thought, damn, that is so peak for Verstappen. But I was waiting for the hate, like, Hamilton, you got lucky because I mean, in the end, it didn't even matter. But part of me is kind of glad that he didn't win, in the sense that when he wins the championship, people can't point back to this day and say this was the turning point where he took a, I don't know, 14-point lead and Verstappen was never able to get it back. They've left the Grand Prix and Verstappen's still leading. So they have no excuse. Verstappen has no excuse outside of, you know, might say, in the end, their car, they proved too much and we couldn't, whatever. But they are in the driving seat right now. The better car, leading the championship, 2 drivers firing on form, whereas Mercedes, I mean, Hamilton's getting the best out of the car he can in terms of drivability, but still struggling, whether it be strategy or, of course, the error that he made. And Bottas is nowhere to be seen. Bottas is literally nowhere to be seen. Now, I know he got unlucky again in Monaco, and I get that. That wasn't his fault. But other than that, he's been absolutely dreadful in qualifying, in the race. Like, he literally, he needs to pull his finger out. It's like, I have to wonder, like, is he that bad? Or is the car that undrivable at these tracks so far that is Hamilton getting the absolute best out of it? Because how is he so far behind and dropping? He's so far behind and dropping. Like, man, he's not even catching the basic man in front of him.
I think it's a bit. I think it's a bit of both, you know, Neeks, because I think you have to catch him, give him a little bit of slack, because I think he's more suited to certain types of tracks. Like, it's a certain tracks that he can shine on. They were talking about how, before we even saw qualifying in Monaco, they were talking about, Bottas is really good at this at Monaco. He's done well in previous races at Monaco, and as it turned out, he was doing well at Monaco. I mean, obviously, I know Charles Leclerc didn't start, so off the starting in the race, he was in second behind Max. And again, like you said, it wasn't his fault. But there's been a couple of times the crash that he had with, was it Latifi? Was it Latifi?
I can't remember.
Where it was in the rain and Latifi thought that he swerved into his path and he kind of.
Russell.
Oh yeah, it was Russell. Yeah, Russell. So the crash that you had with Russell.
But the issue at that one, and I said at the time, why were you even in a position where you're fighting with bloody George Russell? Like, why was he even down there?
I hear you. No, I do. I hear you. And also you got the other one where they brought him into the pit to hold up Max. In what track was it? He was in second. He was behind Hamilton, and they pitted him to hold up Max, and they botched his pit, and it was like 4 seconds longer than it needed to be. Had a very slow stop, so it was like 4 seconds, and then he came out like 3.5, 4 seconds behind Max. So if they had got the pit right, he would have been in front of Max, and he would have been able to stall Max to keep him off of Hamilton. But as it turned out, that wasn't the case, and they botched his pit. He stopped. So he's had that. He's had the crash with Russell. He's had the mayor in Monaco. That's 3 races. But then also, like you said, there's been a couple of times where, you know, he's been at fault because of his driving capabilities. But I just think he's just an average driver. There's nothing special about him. He's very average, and there's a lot of drivers on track that are better than him racing for other teams, like Norris, like Leclerc, like Perez. Like, there's a lot of drivers out there that are better than him. Yes, they could do a better job than him at Mercedes, but I think Mercedes just want him just to be like that buffer man for Hamilton.
Yeah, but he ain't even buffering. Man is buffering the middle of the track. Man's holding up the pack. Man trying to get past him. He's holding him up. He He's taking valuable points.
Lando caught up and was complaining like he's going too slow. He's going too slow. How's Lando Norris?
There's certain man in F1
Lando said he keeps making mistakes in front of me.
There's certain man on F1 who would be desperate for a point or two, and Bottas is just nicking their points off them to no end. Because what's he gonna do with a point or two? Them man are feed. They will love it. Raikkonen, Alonso, Russell. Them man just give me a point, anything. Just give me something. He needs to pull his finger out big time because I mean Hamilton. I think Hamilton will still win the championship. We've got some races coming up that very much favour Mercedes more than Red Bull. In the past, we'll see what Red Bull can do this year. We haven't both. Red Bull's been better this year. Let's keep it 100. Red Bull, even in the races that Hamilton's won, I think maybe how many races we had so far? Is it 5?
6.
It's six. 6, yeah.
And so the last 2 were Red Bull. The first track was Red Bull because Hamilton only won because of great defending and the fact that Verstappen gave back the place because they told him to because he went off the track. So I think it was the race after that Hamilton, I think he won that one as well, or maybe it was the second and third race of the season, or first and third. I can't remember where it was now, but Red Bull have been right up there and they've got the better car as it stands. I'm just hoping that with the tracks coming up, that's got a bit more straight line speed, and that's the reason why Hamilton was able to even just stick around because of that long straight over in Baku. But he still couldn't pass Perez. Like he could not get close enough and be fast enough to pass Perez, which shows how strong the Red Bull was, even compared to Mercedes on the bendy corners, so that they could even have that straight in hand and still keep the lead. So you hope we go to France. I think is it France next?
Yeah, France next.
And then maybe it's Britain after that. It might be the British.
Styrian.
Okay. And so we should get some fast corners and some long straights anyway. That Mercedes can do better. But I tell you, when Verstappen crashed, I thought great chance for Hamilton, and for about 1.5 seconds, I thought, bam, we got the win because man was inside Perez off the start. I was like, all right, all you have to do is brake, hold your corner, and it's plain sailing. Plain sailing after that. He's not catching you. No DRS. You got the straight line speed. Man just kept going. And my heart just sank. I was just like, oh my God. Because at that point, it's 2 laps ago. You can't even overtake anyone to nick a point here or nick a point there. It was where I just thought, oh my goodness, the man just went straight. No turning, do not pass goal, do not collect £200. Man went straight. So I was like, damn, man. But yeah, it could have been worse. He could have finished third. Verstappen could have finished first, and Hamilton would be in a worse position. Both of them out, 4 points. And you hope that they can move forward. But well done to Red Bull. They've got their strategies right in the last 2 races in terms of when to pit drivers. Like in Monaco, Mercedes, they brought in Hamilton. Hamilton comes out behind Gasly, and then Vettel jumps both of them in the pits. Perez stays out forever and goes in and comes out in second. Like from like 9th or wherever it was. Like Mercedes got it so wrong in the last 2 races. Drivers haven't helped them at all either. I mean, I was saying we need a race tomorrow, but I think you're right, Carl. They need a little break and they need to go back and look at themselves and say, well, guys, what the hell is going on? Do we want this? Are we trying to make history? Do we want to be, go down as the greatest era in terms of team in F1, or are we just going to end in a bloody shameful heap? I think Hamilton can win the championship, but I wouldn't be surprised if Red Bull won the constructors. I would not be surprised.
Listen, I need to have a word about Pirelli because so last year we had the issue with the British Grand Prix, right? With the tyres coming to the end of the race, and all of a sudden tires start to fade. In about what 3 or 4 man tires are starting to fade. Everyone's, hey, we got a pit because tires are failing. The last like with 2-3 laps to go, whatever it is. Get to this race now. Is it Lance Stroll? Was it Lance Stroll? Bursting through 30 laps on his tires. Bam, he goes back left. Pirelli tire goes from out of nowhere. No debris on the track. Bam, pop goes. Dangerous, flying everywhere. All right, cool. He's gone. Max Verstappen about to claim that victory with Hamilton in third place, as you said, which would have favoured Red Bull even better. Would have been a better stance, 1-2 finish and everything for the constructors. The same back left Pirelli tire blows again, and already, like you're thinking, like I guess Red Bull have the screen to see if a tire was punctured, and they never got no notification whatsoever. And obviously they reported that to the FIA, which is why we got a red flag in the end, because they said, look, we got no indication a tires is blown. You might want to just get everyone in and get everyone to have a tire change for the safety of the race. Now you wonder if that didn't happen, what would have happened to everyone else? Would we start seeing blowouts everywhere else?
Well, they would have probably finished under the safety car, so probably not. If they carried on racing,
they wouldn't have cleared it. Yeah, they wouldn't have cleared it. Yeah, they wouldn't have cleared it. And apparently already Pirelli are kind of already saying maybe they didn't clear the debris on the track from Stroll's clash, which is why the back left of Max could have gone before they even investigated it. They already
of course they are
ready.
It's all right. So how did Stroll's burst?
Pardon?
How did Stroll's burst then? Because there was no one before it.
exactly. But they said this year they changed the tires, didn't they? This year to make them more durable, because they didn't have what happened last year at the British Grand Prix, and we'll see what happens when the tracks start to get even hotter elsewhere. What happens to these tires? Because this ain't good enough, boy. Big race is a joke. Three laps to go. Everyone's just standing there like Max is like, well, it weren't me. Red Bull that way, it weren't me either. So what's scared on there, man? Let me just put that out, because that cannot happen again. Especially when Red Bull are about to nick a 1-2.
I mean, it's ridiculous because as much as it would have benefited Hamilton, obviously if he could have stayed on the track. You don't want this because it could be Hamilton next. He's just cruising, boom, tire gone. You lose the whole championship. Like you don't if you crash in it. That's just a part of it. But the tire blowing, and it ain't to do with necessarily wear and tear that you're seeing or degradation. Should we come in? Should we not? But Red Bull didn't call them in for health and safety reasons, because the race would have finished under the safety car. So there would have been no health and safety. They called them in the hope that something could happen off the start to reduce the amount of points Hamilton will get. Because if Hamilton has a bad start, then maybe he drops to 4th or 5th. If he has a good start, he gets an extra 7 points. But he was already going to eat in 18 points. So he would have been 14 clear of Verstappen if the race had just continued on the safety car. The race was safer under the safety car than it is restarting it. Because we know big crashes can happen when you restart. So we're talking about safety. 2 laps to go. If you finish on the safety, which nobody wants to finish a race on the safety car. I get that as well. But in health and safety, where Red Bull said to call them in it, they were hoping they would happily have foregone Perez's win for the sake of the drivers' championship and Max winning it. They probably said to Perez, "I want you to get Hamilton on the start," because Hamilton jumped him. Perez was probably going to try and clean him out in the first corner, but Hamilton just kept going. So I'm not giving Red Bull no credit for this, innit? They dare try that because bring a red flag. How are you calling for a red flag? You just focus on whether Max is all right or not, innit? You can do your job, jokers.
Listen, the FIA were happy to review it and said, listen, for the safety of all cars, we're going to pull everyone in.
They got lead on.
They had to make a quick decision, innit? They had to make a quick decision. They couldn't risk it. And And listen, as I said to you before, if it weren't for Perez up there, Hamilton wouldn't try fast himself to get to first and inadvertently knock his switch and and go swerve off in it. So he was obviously too eager. You should humble yourself and come second, rude boy. Humble yourself and come second. Well, no, he wanted to go for the glory, knocked his switch, and then flying out the race.
I just want to respond to that because you're saying why don't you just kind of settle for second? When you're a winner and you're a racer, you always go for the win. You always want the win. So I think it wouldn't have been in his nature to just let me just settle in second place. And I think he's obviously saw an opportunity. Bam, I can get 26 points on Verstappen right now. But yeah, you're 25 because you didn't have the fastest lap. Could have got a fast lap, but yeah. Well done, Vettel though. Well done, Vettel.
Yeah,
I'm not even lying.
Vettel, Vettel had a good race overall.
2 races in a row. 2 races in a row. He was brilliant in Monaco. I think that's two driver of the day in a row.
Yeah.
Sure. So
yeah.
Well done, man. Well done.
And that's that whole thing of what I remember you saying it last time with Leclerc. It's just hang on in there. You never know. Hang on in there. You never know. Get yourself as far forward. Don't settle for less. Don't chill in the middle of the pack, which we saw him doing a lot for Ferrari, like just giving up hope. But it's like he's found a new lease of life there as a number one, and just having to see other cars in front of you blow up and get an opportunity to go. And there was even hope to potentially nick a win with him being on the better tires.
But he finished second in the end.
He finished second because Hamilton went. Yeah,
and Gasly third.
Yeah, Gasly almost lost it to Leclerc on that last lap. They Leclerc finally won it back. But yeah, man, no, Vettel had a good race, and as I said, we'll see what happens with him going forward. But yeah, looking good there. Right. Just wanted to end with the Roland Garros because we are currently halfway through, pretty much just over halfway through. Nadal and Djokovic play the quarterfinals at the time of recording tomorrow, and Roger Federer and Serena Williams crash out again. Now Roger Federer pulled out because of injury. Serena crashed out, dumped out again in another major tournament. Now, are they finished? That's the simple question. Are Roger Federer and Serena Williams finished at the top level, and should they just call it a day? Carl, what do you say?
You know what? Serena, I understand because she's generally fighting for something. She just needs one more Grand Slam, and I genuinely believe if she actually won one more Grand Slam, she's out. She's calling it a day. Like she's just had babies, and she's trying to raise a family. I don't think she really wants to stay in the tennis. Well, stay in tennis in part, be a part of the sport, but I don't think she wants to continue playing. I think she wants to stop, but she also wants to, put herself down in history. That the absolute. But Federer now, I don't know why the guy's hanging on. I genuinely don't know why he's hanging on. Like, it's got to be because he's trying to keep the Djokovic and Nadal's away from the amount of Grand Slams he's got. But I'm sorry, brother, you ain't got what it takes to keep up with them boys. You just gotta hope that the new breed can do what they need to do for you, because you ain't got it no more. Like I at one point I was thinking, you know what? You should just rest yourself, train all year round, and just become a one Wimbledon a year type of guy. One Grand Slam, playing Wimbledon because it's your best tournament, and that's it. But why? What for? Like, what for? I mean, people already consider you the greatest of all time, or one of the greatest of all time, depending on how you want to look at it. And just call it a day. Just say, you know what? I had a good stint in tennis, and you know what? Just some really good kids happened to just come up at the same time. I was about in it. This is how the cookie crumbles, isn't it? It's how the cookie crumbles.
The thing is, what they say is, you're a long time retired in sport, innit? So the moment you retire, that's it. You're done. Like, that's it. You're finished. So it's like, do you want another 40, 50 years of your life with no tennis? Or do you just prolong it as long as possible? So you have less time of your life without tennis. Obviously, they love playing. Like that, it's like Venus. Venus should not be playing tennis. Like, she's finished. She's done. But they just love it. And I think when you're a legend like those two, and I would say more so Federer, in the way that he's loved, especially across the whole tennis world, especially at somewhere like Wimbledon. Even if you go out in the third, fourth, fifth round, they're still gonna love you. They're still some people are just like, I'm just happy I got to see Federer. Maybe that's my first Wimbledon, and it's the first time I've seen Federer at Wimbledon. And I know he lost, but at least I can say I saw Federer at Wimbledon. That it's just like, why are you retiring? You're doing something that you love. The crowd still love you, even though you're not winning. It's not even a case of retire while you're at the top, because they're not even at the top anymore. Like, obviously, you're still considered the greatest, but you're not the best right now in your field. So even if you retire now, you're still not retiring at the top. So the fact that you've gone on this long, why not go one more? Why not go one more? Why not go one more? I do agree, though, that I think Serena's probably just trying to get that last one. I mean, if she had won a few years ago, she's got to like 4 finals in a row. Okay, she keeps losing finals. Also, maybe not in a row, but her last 4 finals anyway, she's lost them all. If she had won one, I still think she'll try and get one more, because 1 will tie her with Margaret Court, 2 will beat. But the longer it goes on, I think she's going to say, you know what, let me just get the 1, let's go level with Margaret Court and just keep it moving. Because, again, I'm not even saying she don't love tennis. I'm sure she does. But she must have other. We know she's got other things outside tennis, because she's always had. She was into fashion and all those kind of things. And now she's married, got children, and it's different, I guess, for a mother than it is for a father in terms of Federer. So,
but then it's at this stage where you say there's that aspect of it, but there's also, as your legs get older and you find it harder to win, the people that you're facing know that as well, that you're really, and sometimes when you're really trying to just win one last one, that's when it gets harder, because everyone else knows you're just trying to win one last one, and they're going to try all their best to beat you.
Because some of the people she's lost to in those finals, you're like, I think she lost to Osaka twice, and fair enough, Osaka's a brilliant player. But a couple of the others, you're like, really, Serena? Yeah. Straight sets as well. Like, come on, man. That's it. And the US Open, it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah. For me, she made the US Open semi-finals last year and the last 2 finals before that. For me, she needs to win this US Open this year. Like you have to, like, this is it for me. Like, genuinely, I'm saying this is it. Got to win that US, get that done, win it at home, and then you might have. I guess you will try, but you might have to dare. Federer, again, I just feel like the injuries are just coming more and more. He's obviously wants to save himself for his best court, and then when he does get there, he gets to the semi-final and final and meets Djokovic, and can't beat Djokovic in the grass anymore. Like, he's not the same where it was where it was a lot closer. Now and the thing is, when you see him play his shots, he can still play the incredible shots, but the consistency to do it over the whole match ain't there anymore. Like, he just can do the 1, 2, 3 great shots, and then like the consistency that Djokovic and Nadal have in those games just kill him at the end. So it's like, even him. And as you said, them lot are just, the way he pulls out these tournaments, and them lot are just nicking one here, one there, one there. It's like you're falling more and more behind, bro.
Because what? Federer's on 21?
Yeah.
And Nadal's on 20?
Yeah.
So, I mean, King of Clay and that. I'm expecting Nadal to surpass Federer at his home in Wimbledon in the summer. That's what I'm expecting.
Wow. Djokovic going to have something to say about that one. I'll say that for a fact. Say that for a fact. And listen, that semi-final, Nadal Djokovic. I mean, just keep. It's them ones that just keep your cool, Nadal. Keep your cool, do your thing, and you wrap that up. But sometimes when you meet the man in that, you never know, innit? Would have been great to have them in the final, but just the way.
But he's never beaten.
they seeded.
Has Djokovic never beaten Nadal at French Open? Has he?
No.
He's beaten him on clay. I know that. I think it was
No.
Rome or whatever.
The one time he won, I think Nadal was injured, or he lost to someone else.
Well, maybe he was injured. I think he was injured because the year that Federer won, Nadal lost to Soderling, I think it was. And then Federer beat Soderling in the final. But I think the year that Djokovic won, I don't think Nadal was there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously my boy Zverev reaching the semi-finals.
When's he going to win that Grand Slam?
That one Grand Slam eluding him. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. He'll get there. He'll get there. I think he said today in the press conference, I believe in myself, man. Trust me. I believe in myself. I believe in you too, bro. I believe in you too. Get that over the line. But yes, guys, thank you all for watching. Those of you that are watching on the YouTube, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to Neeks Sports if you're new around here. And make sure you follow us on all the audio platforms as well as we're on there. You'll see us coming up for some Euro, more Euro content throughout the Euros as well, and we'll be touching on the Copa America as well. That starts Sunday as well. So yeah, a lot more to come from Neeks Sports. So make sure you check us out. And of course, as we go through the F1 season, when Max Verstappen lifts that trophy at the end of the season. I actually predicted Hamilton to win it, so we'll see. We'll see what happens in there. Yes, guys, thank you all for joining, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Peace.